So here we go. Today is Sunday, the 13th, and nearly 5 o'clock. So this is a late video for me to do today. So we're just going to go through what the rumors and basic speculation. And one of them kind of is a rumor, kind of not, because it's kind of on a site that is like legit, that go through things that are about to go through in terms of the legal kind of thing. It's like an analyst site to let you know what's going on and how everything goes like that. So it's interesting. Basically, it's an analyst site to see when things are selling and when things are not. So we'll start there. Sheffield Wednesday was listed on funds yesterday evening and it was taken down in the early hours of the morning. The EFLA in the last hour said their bid had been accepted. The legal documents on funds list it being Tillman Futeri as the buyer. Now, we know who that is. That buyer is the person who owns the Houston Rockets in America in the NBA. Now, he is a big part of Donald Trump's White House team as well, so he's part of the US government. There's that there. It could be one of those ones that's really interesting when you look at everything that's going on. It's one of those things where it's reliable, but it's also not been confirmed because it's auto-generated and then automatically removed. So it's one of those things where it will be interesting to see what happens, because you got to think of NDAs and stuff like that. Maybe there's reason why it has been pulled down. Now, Funds is a paid platform, and it's seen that other correct information about sales have been on there, been going since 2015. If you want a little bit of what's going on and what that platform is, it's one of those things. If this is true, it means we have got some big news coming very, very shortly. And hopefully, I do hope we have got big news coming shortly, because we need it. We need some good news coming our way in terms of a takeover kind of thing, because it's been a while now since we've had anything kind of properly positive at the minute. And the thing is, when you start getting into the world of if, buts, maybe these are things that you need to see clarification on. We know that DC has been using a company to help get the sale of the club done. And it can be one of those things where it can be really interesting to see what happens there. And going on to DC, take it with a pinch of salt. It is Alan Nixon, but apparently Chancery owes about $4 million in football debts, and that will be paid by the next owner. So it sounds like the next owner will take on the debt, pay that debt off, and get it all done. We owe the taxman $2.2 million. And for June and July. Apparently, it's about $1.6 million for May and June's wages and stuff like that. Apparently, there's stuff to be paid to Brighton and Southampton for loans, and fee installment for Hull and Norwich City. And if you're thinking Hull, that's got to be the Mallet Wilkes situation. But again, if Nico, it's a big pinch of salt. And we're just using this as kind of speculation Sunday, stuff like that, just to see where everything lies, where we are about to look at going. There was also some news that apparently Armstrong is someone we could possibly look at again. If that's the case, then fantastic. It will be another body in midfield that we would need. But at the same time, it's one of those things, everything speculation until it's confirmed. I think this week coming up is going to be quite a busy week for Sheffield Wednesday Football Club in a whole. There's a lot of things happening. Like 18th of July, we've got that meeting with Sheffield City Council to find out what's going on with the North Stand, to see how much work's been done, if it's going to pass the regulation to get the safety certificate. There's a lot going on, but at the end of the day, this is where we're at, where we're looking at the little bits of speculation that's happening, everything here or there. Now, the main thing we want right now is Sheffield Wednesday Football Club to be sold and to be having a better future down the line, where we can look forward to football games again and not going on about the backroom antics that is currently happening. We all know that. That's what we all want. We all want this whole situation to be over, because it's not fun having this hang over your head as a football fan. because you never know what's going to happen next. You don't know if your club's going to be there or if this will happen. We need to, as a fan base, stay unite. You to you you don't want to be. You got to be at one. Is what I'm trying to say. As a fan base, we need to be at one. We need to be all in it together. And there can be a lot of things that could happen in the next couple of weeks with potentially a takeover, stuff like that. Like with nearly every club now, I think has announced their kits. I think we're the only one not to. We're currently playing preseason games in our old kit because we don't have the kit for it. Granted, kits don't really mean that much in the long scheme of things. People like to have them to go on holiday, but there's a strong chance that people will boycott the kits because of the whole situation with DC and everything that's going on. But if, say, people know there's a new ownership model coming in, that could change everything. Everything could change. People might go and buy the kits, especially if they know they're not going, the money's not going to go to DC. We don't know. As long as the money goes into the club, I think people are not bothered. But people worried that the money is going to be going to DC back pockets than anywhere else. But at this moment in time, like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. A lot of speculation. I think we'll find out a lot more this week. Monday could be really interesting day by all accounts. So let's see what happens. If there's some new Monday, then fantastic. That'll be great. We can all try and have a little bit of, even if it's something to say that Chancery has agreed to sell Sheffield Wednesday Football Club to insert person here. And the deal is now going through the EFL process to get ratified. That there will be a great statement to come out and hear. But remember, it could be months and months and months before anything is completely done. You could have the whole thing where the thing is DC has agreed a deal and now we're just waiting to go through all the checks and balances. And takeovers take months normally, unless they're expedited for whatever reason. So for me, a takeover that could happen quickish will be fantastic. But we're going to have to say, we all know the one thing we want is no Chancery at the football club. And one of the big things people will want to see get ripped out quite quickly is that Chancery on the North Stand. Put the SWFC back there because, yeah, no one wants to see that. But at the end of the day, this is where we're at. We're going to have to see what happens. But yeah, I thought I'd just do like a mini like speculation Sunday for you.